You're a renowned author. Tell us, with this digital transformation and the digital era and the e-books, how has it affected your writing and probably the people who have been following your books? And yes, how has it affected your writing?
Okay, thank you so much, Jackie. As an author, I would say that there are pros and cons, both positive and negative effects of e-books. Number one, to start with, talking about the positive effects of e-books versus what I would call traditional publishing. There's the case of bureaucracy. You find that in the yesteryears, we had authors who would find it rough getting their works published. All they would get is rejection slips from publishers, reasons not given. But with the digital, what I would call digital migration, whereby an author or a writer can be both the author and the publisher, there are a lot of good things. Number one is the death of bureaucracy, whereby you find that there's gatekeeping. But before one consents or gives permission to your work to be published, you just remain a good reader, not an author. Then there's the aspect of doing it yourself, what I would call it, do it yourself. I remember when I started writing, I did it myself. I did the typesetting, I did the editing, only to give the books to the readers for them to give me their view.
Let's talk about the traditional way of reading versus the e-book kind of reading. The traditional way people used to read books. Right now we have everything on the internet. Where are you seeing us in the near future?
Oh, thank you. I think it's an uphill task for African countries, so to speak, to embrace digital books. Because you find that in the West and in most countries in Europe, we've got e-books publishing companies. And luckily here in Africa, I think it's only in South Africa and 1, 2, 3 countries whereby we have such platforms. And as our government digitizes every service, I think let them not forget about e-books. Because not once have we had a kind of tussle between the publishing companies and the government, each blaming the other that if not been paid to publish now the hard copies. Even as we approach the World Literacy Day, my clarion call to the government is, let us embrace e-books. Yeah.
Well said. Let's now look at our reading habits.
Yeah.
With the changing from books to e-books,
Yeah.
how is e-books impacting our reading culture? For people like me, like I said, I don't like reading books. If you give me a novel of 1,000 pages, I'll just look at it and I'm like, no, this one I can't. But then if you show me on the net, I can. So how is it changing our reading habits? Is it bringing out the reading culture positively? Is it putting up a positive culture of reading?